Chosen one. A government official is preparing to make an arrest connected to your own bloodline. A family member who once stole from you is about to face justice. You reap what you sow, and the harvest has arrived. Right now, this person is waking up to strange phone calls, unexplained questions about old paperwork, and a creeping sense that something is closing in. What they don't realize is that the one they trusted most, a partner, a friend, someone inside their circle, has been quietly building a case against them. Someone in your family passed away, an elder, someone who worked hard, built wealth, and made specific plans about who would receive what after leaving this world. You were supposed to be taken care of. That was the plan. That was the wish. But someone close to that elder made sure those wishes were never honored. Your family member manipulated documents, moved money, changed property titles, stole your birthright out from under you while you were none the wiser. And here's the part that's going to make your blood run cold. That elder's death wasn't as natural as everyone thinks. There was neglect, deliberate, calculated neglect. Someone made sure care wasn't provided. Your family member made sure that the elder's exit from this world happened faster than it should have, because the sooner that person died, the sooner the money could be claimed. That's the real crime here. That's what's about to come to light. That's why this isn't just going to be handled quietly in civil court. This is criminal. This is arrest level serious. And your family member, this person is exhausted, spiritually depleted, doesn't have the energy left to fight this because guilt has been eating away for years. Every lie maintained drained energy, every cover-up wore down, and now when strength is needed most to defend against these charges, your family member is running on empty. Divine timing is ruthless like that. Justice doesn't come when someone is ready to fight it. Justice comes when that person is too tired to run. Think about what your family member has been carrying all these years. The knowledge of what was done, the awareness of who was hurt, the understanding that every comfortable day was built on your suffering. That weight doesn't just disappear because someone ignores it. That burden doesn't lift because someone pretends it doesn't exist. It accumulates, it compounds, it crushes slowly, year after year, until the person carrying it can barely stand upright. And now, when the moment comes to face consequences, when the time arrives to answer for actions taken in secret, your family member has nothing left in the tank. The guilt already did the heavy lifting. The shame already broke the spirit. The fear already drained the life force. Justice is just walking through a door that guilt already kicked open. Your family member has been getting sloppier. The confidence that came from years of getting away with it led to carelessness. The comfort that came from thinking time had erased the crime led to mistakes. Your family member stopped being as careful about covering tracks, stopped following the protocols that lawyers advised, started leaving evidence in places it shouldn't be left. And that evidence, that's what the divine counterpart found. That's what got photographed, copied, documented, and delivered to authorities who have the power to do something about it. Let me tell you about the person who is about to bring your family member down. This divine counterpart, this partner or spouse who ended up in a relationship with your thief, discovered something nobody was supposed to discover, found documents, saw bank statements, connected dots that should have stayed disconnected, and when your family member's partner realized the full scope of what had been done, when this person understood that the one a life was being shared with was capable of stealing from family, and possibly even hastening someone's death for money, a choice was made. This person didn't confront your family member, didn't give any chance to destroy evidence or lawyer up. This divine counterpart went straight to the authorities, and now the investigation is already underway. This divine counterpart might actually be connected to you in ways neither of you fully understand yet. This might be someone who was meant to be in your life, but because your resources were stolen, because your trajectory was changed, this person ended up with the wrong partner, ended up with the thief instead of with you. The universe positioned the exact right person, someone with a conscience strong enough to act, someone with access to all the evidence, right in the bed of your enemy. That's not coincidence, that's strategic divine placement. And now that person is the weapon karma is using to destroy the one who destroyed you. Your family member is puzzled right now, confused, being asked about money transfers from the past, about property that changed hands, about an inheritance that was distributed in ways that don't match legal documents. Your family member thought loopholes had been used cleverly enough to avoid scrutiny, thought time had provided protection. Wrong, because your family member got lazy, got comfortable, stopped being careful about moving money around the way lawyers had advised. Evidence was left sitting in plain sight, and that evidence is now in the hands of a government official whose entire job is to investigate exactly these kinds of crimes: financial fraud, elder abuse, inheritance theft, possibly even wrongful death. This divine counterpart has been living a double life for longer than you might imagine, smiling at your family member over breakfast while knowing the truth about who that person really is, attending family gatherings while carrying the weight of discovered secrets, maintaining normalcy while preparing for the moment everything would explode into public view. Can you imagine the emotional discipline that required? Can you picture the strength it took to keep that poker face intact, day after day, night after night? Most people would have confronted immediately, would have exploded with righteous rage, would have demanded explanations and confessions. But this person was strategic, understood that confrontation would lead to cover-up, knew that anger would lead to evidence destruction. So this person played the long game, collected documents, documented transactions, built an airtight case piece by piece, and then when everything was ready, delivered it all to someone who could actually do something about it. If this message awakens something within you, hype this video for other chosen ones who need to hear this. There's a meeting coming, or maybe it has already happened. Your family member sitting across from someone official, being asked questions that can't be answered without self-incrimination, being shown documents your family member thought no one would ever see, being confronted with timelines that don't add up and transactions that can't be explained. And with every question, your family member is realizing that whoever is investigating already knows the answers. This isn't a fishing expedition. This is a trap closing. This is checkmate being announced. The divine counterpart who reported all this has been playing the long game, found out about the theft but didn't act immediately, sat on the information, wrestled with what to do, because exposing this meant destroying a life too. So this person waited, gathered more evidence, built a stronger case, and then discovered something worse, found proof that the elder who died, the one whose inheritance was stolen, was deliberately neglected, found medical records showing care that should have been given wasn't, found testimony from caregivers who were told to do less than required, and that's when silence stopped being an option. That's when this became bigger than money. That's when reporting it became a moral imperative. So this person went to the authorities with everything: bank statements going back years, copies of wills and property transfers, medical records, witness statements, communications that showed intent, built a case so thorough that prosecutors couldn't ignore it. And now the wheels of justice are turning, and your family member can feel it, can sense the net closing, can hear the footsteps getting closer, is waking up in cold sweats wondering when the knock on the door is coming. And chosen one, that knock is coming soon. Inside that interrogation room, something profound is happening. Your family member sits there trying to maintain composure, trying to act innocent, trying to pretend this is all some terrible misunderstanding. But the government official across the table isn't buying any of it. This person has seen countless criminals who thought charm would save them, who believed lies told convincingly enough become truth, who assumed confidence could substitute for innocence. Your family member is learning a hard lesson right now. When you're facing someone whose entire career is built on detecting deception, whose training is specifically designed to crack through facades, whose experience includes hundreds of interviews with people far more skilled at lying than your family member will ever be, amateur acting skills don't cut it. Every nervous gesture gets noted. Every inconsistent answer gets recorded. Every attempt to redirect the conversation gets shut down professionally. This isn't a conversation between equals. This is an interrogation, and your family member is losing badly, the government official has a folder, a thick folder, full of evidence that the divine counterpart provided, full of proof that makes denial impossible, and as that folder opens, as documents start sliding across the table, as bank statements and property records and medical reports start piling up in front of your family member's eyes, reality sets in. This isn't going away. This isn't a misunderstanding that can be cleared up with a good explanation. This is real. This is happening. This is the moment everything changes forever. What is happening to your family member isn't random. It's precision-engineered justice. First, the mirror effect. Your family member made you feel betrayed by family, so now this person is being betrayed by someone considered family. Made you feel confused about why life was so hard, so now confusion exists about why the past is surfacing. Made you feel isolated and alone, so now isolation is being experienced at a level that cuts to the bone. Every emotion forced upon you is now being carried by the one who forced it. That's perfect symmetry. Second, the exhaustion trap. When your family member stole from you, survival mode was forced upon you. You were made to work harder for less. Your energy was depleted, building from nothing, what should have been built from abundance. Now look at your family member, worn down, burned out, running on fumes. Strength to fight this prosecution doesn't exist because karma has been draining energy slowly for years. Every lie maintained required energy. Every cover-up demanded effort, and now when strength is needed most, the tank is empty. Justice doesn't strike when someone is ready. Justice strikes when that person is too depleted to defend. Third, the intimacy weapon. Your family member thought controlling who got close would protect secrets, so karma placed someone in the most intimate position possible, someone who shared a bed, someone who saw vulnerability at its peak, someone who had access to everything. Because that's exactly what was done to you. Family intimacy was used as cover for crime. Blood trust was exploited to commit theft. So karma sent someone to exploit romantic trust to deliver justice. The weapon you use becomes the weapon used against you. And the timing. Your family member thought every year that passed without consequence was proof of getting away with it. Thought time was erasing the crime. Wrong. Time was compounding it. If caught immediately after stealing your inheritance, the consequences would have been smaller. Confusion could have been claimed, bad advice blamed, ignorance pleaded. But years later, that's sustained criminal behavior. That's premeditated theft maintained across time. Every year thought to be safe was actually adding to the sentence. Karma gave rope, and your family member hung themselves with it year by year, choice by choice, lie by lie. The evidence is everywhere. The divine counterpart who is turning in your family member didn't just grab one document. This person was methodical, strategic, collected financial records spanning years, bank statements showing money moving from accounts that should have been yours into accounts controlled by the thief, property transfers that don't match legal documents, medical records of the elder showing neglect, care that was recommended but deliberately not provided, witnesses who remember being told to do less than required, communications between your family member and lawyers discussing how to structure things to avoid scrutiny. This isn't circumstantial, this is airtight. Your family member had a system, would move money periodically to avoid anyone noticing patterns, would use legal loopholes taught by lawyers, would maintain just enough documentation to look legitimate while hiding the real picture. And it worked. For years it worked. Until comfort set in. Until laziness crept in. Money was left sitting too long in one place. Something was forgotten in filing. Sloppiness occurred with the transfer. And that sloppiness created the opening. That's where the divine counterpart found the entry point. One mistake compounded over time equals total exposure. Chosen one, I need you to shift your energy right now. Stop thinking about this like you're the victim waiting for rescue. You're not the victim anymore. You're the one about to be vindicated. You're the one about to step into wealth. You're the one about to watch your enemy fall while you rise. This is your power moment. This is your proof that the universe backs you. So stand in that, own that, feel that energy. You're not hoping justice comes. Justice is already here. You're not wishing karma shows up. Karma already showed up and started swinging. You're not praying for vindication. Vindication is being delivered to your door with an official government seal on it. The arrest is coming, not metaphorically, literally. Law enforcement is going to knock on your family member's door, or a call is going to come from a lawyer saying charges have been filed and surrender is needed. Either way, handcuffs are in the immediate future. Processing is in the future. Fingerprints and photographs are in the future. Bail hearings are in the future. Court dates are in the future. And potentially, incarceration is in the future. This is real. This is happening. You might feel satisfaction, might feel vindication, might feel relief, might feel anger about the years you lost, might feel sadness that it came to this. All of those feelings are valid. But underneath all of them, I need you to feel power. I need you to feel the energy of being someone the universe protects. Your family member didn't just rob a person, robbed someone with divine backing, and now learning is happening about what occurs when you do that. A real-time education is being received about why chosen ones are called chosen. We're not chosen for suffering. We're chosen for vindication. We're chosen for restoration. We're chosen to demonstrate what divine justice looks like. You didn't have to do anything to make this happen. You didn't have to plot revenge, didn't have to scheme or manipulate, or force outcomes. All you had to do was survive. All you had to do was maintain your integrity while being robbed. All you had to do was keep your truth while being lied about. And that was enough. That was all the universe needed from you. Your job was to stay alive, stay sane, stay righteous long enough for divine justice to catch up. And you did that. You passed the test most people fail. You remained who you were supposed to be, even when circumstances tried to change you into someone else. And that, chosen one, that is real power. That is the kind of strength that moves mountains and topples kingdoms and brings thieves to their knees. Your family member thought they were clever, thought they had figured out how to beat the system, thought they had outsmarted karma. But what your family member didn't understand is that the game was rigged from the start, not rigged against them, rigged for you. Because when you're a chosen one, when you're someone the universe has invested in, when you're someone with divine backing, the entire cosmic order works on your behalf. Doors open that should stay closed, paths appear that shouldn't exist, people get positioned in places they weren't supposed to be, all because the universe is making sure you get what's yours, all because divine justice doesn't sleep and doesn't forget and doesn't negotiate with thieves. The money is coming back, the property is coming back, everything taken plus compensation for the years you struggled is coming back. And when it hits your account, when those assets transfer into your name, when you suddenly have the financial foundation you were always supposed to have, your life is going to transform overnight. Doors that were closed are going to fly open. Opportunities you couldn't access are going to become available. Dreams you put on hold are going to become possible again. You're about to step into the life you would have been living all along if someone hadn't stolen your keys to the kingdom. Except you're stepping into it with wisdom that couldn't be stolen, with character that couldn't be touched, with strength that couldn't be broken. You're not just getting your inheritance, you're getting it as a person who has been forged by fire into someone who can actually handle it. Your family member thought your future was being taken, was actually just delaying it while the universe added interest and upgraded the package, thought your progress was being stopped, was actually setting up exposure while setting up your elevation. Every year spent sitting on your money was another year. Karma was building the case against your family member and building the blessing for you, and now both are about to be delivered simultaneously. Look, you already know the attacks weren't random, and if you're paying attention, you can feel it. Their walls are closing in. So let's talk about what we're doing about it. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve cooperative intelligence. The beauty is you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and your subconscious is rewired while your enemies collapse under the weight of their own lies. This is why I created it in the beginning, so everything they did to break you becomes fuel for your purpose. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. But let me tell you something crucial about this money that's coming. It's not just currency. It's not just numbers in an account. This is anointed wealth. This is prosperity with purpose attached to it. This is resources that come with divine assignment. You're not getting this inheritance so you can just spend it on comfort and pleasure. You're getting it so you can build something that matters, so you can fund a vision that changes lives, so you can create a legacy that outlasts you. The elder who wanted you to have this, that person saw something in you, saw potential, saw purpose, saw destiny, and now the universe is making sure you have the tools to fulfill what that elder saw. When this wealth transfers to you, you're going to need to be wise about it. You're going to need to resist the temptation to make up for lost time by spending recklessly. You're going to need to ignore the pressure from people who suddenly want access to your resources. You're going to need to build a team of trusted advisors who can help you structure things properly. Lawyers, accountants, financial planners, people who understand how to protect wealth and make it grow. Because this isn't just about you getting comfortable. This is about you building something that lasts, something that takes care of your children and your children's children, something that breaks the cycle of struggle that your family member tried to trap you in. Your family member is about to lose everything, not just the inheritance they stole, everything. The house they live in, if it was purchased with your money, it's getting seized. The investments they made, if they came from your inheritance, they're getting liquidated. The comfortable life they built, if it was funded by theft, it's getting dismantled. Everything built on your stolen foundation is about to crumble. And watching that happen, watching someone who robbed you lose everything while you gain everything, that's going to feel like the sweetest justice you've ever tasted. After the arrest, after the money comes back, after your family fractures and reforms around this truth, you're going to face a choice about what kind of person you become with restored wealth, a choice about whether you use your resources to build or to destroy. And chosen one, I need you to choose power over pettiness. I need you to choose building over revenge. I need you to choose becoming an example of what divine restoration looks like. Your family member used stolen resources to create an illusion, built a life that looked good but had no foundation of integrity. Don't do that. Build something real. Build something that lasts. Use this inheritance to create generational wealth that's clean, that's legitimate, that's blessed. Use it to fulfill the purpose it was always meant to fund. When people ask you about this situation, when wanting to know how you feel about your family member being arrested, when wanting you to show sympathy or ask for mercy, tell them the truth. Tell them you didn't cause this. Tell them you didn't file charges. Tell them the state handles crimes and you're simply receiving what was always yours. Tell them you're not celebrating someone's downfall, you're celebrating divine justice. You're going to be tempted to use your restored wealth to prove something to people who doubted you, to show up at family gatherings, making sure everyone knows you're doing well now, to post about your success where people who judged you can see it, to make sure everyone who looked down on you understands they were wrong. Resist that temptation. That's ego talking. That's the wounded part of you, wanting validation from people whose opinions don't actually matter. Real wealth whispers. Real power doesn't need to announce itself. Real success doesn't require an audience. Move in silence. Build in private. Let your results speak louder than any words could. The people who matter will see your transformation. The people who genuinely care about you will celebrate your restoration. The people who belong in your future will honor your journey. Everyone else, their opinions are irrelevant. Their judgments are meaningless. Their presence in your life is optional. And chosen one, one of the greatest powers that comes with wealth, is the power to choose who gets access to you. Use that power wisely. Protect your peace fiercely. Build boundaries boldly. This is your moment to step into the version of yourself that the struggle was preparing you for. The version that can handle wealth without worshipping it. The version that can have power without abusing it. the version that can stand in abundance without forgetting what lack felt like, the version that can be generous without being foolish, the version that can set boundaries without being cruel. This is who you're becoming. Everything you lost is being returned. Everything that was stolen is being restored. Everything that was blocked is being opened. Everything that was delayed is being released. Everything that looked dead is coming back to life. And the person who caused all that loss and theft and blockage and delay, about to lose everything thought to be gained, about to face everything thought to be escaped. That's not you being mean. That's the universe being just. That's karma being exact. Think about who you were before this happened to you. Before the theft. Before the years of struggle. Before the constant wondering why life was so hard when you were doing everything right. You were someone with potential, someone with dreams, someone with plans, but you were untested. You were unproven. You were uncertain about your own strength. Now look at who you are. Look at who you've become through surviving what was meant to destroy you. You're someone who knows your own resilience, someone who understands your own power, someone who has walked through fire and come out refined instead of burned. The person stepping into this inheritance is not the same person who was robbed of it. You're better, stronger, wiser, more capable, and that makes all the difference in the world. Your family member robbed you of money, but they couldn't rob you of who you were meant to become. Your family member stole your resources, but they couldn't steal your character. Your family member blocked your path, but they couldn't block your destiny. Because some things can't be taken by theft. Some things can't be stolen by manipulation. Some things belong to you so deeply that even when everything else is stripped away, they remain. And those things, those unshakable parts of who you are, those are what make you a chosen one. Those are what make you unstoppable. Those are what ensure that even when someone takes everything from you, you still have everything you need to rise again. Your family member is going to reap what was sowed. Sowed theft, reaping arrest. Sowed deception, reaping exposure. Sowed betrayal, reaping isolation. Sowed harm to an elder, reaping serious charges. Every seed planted is producing exactly what it was always going to produce. And you sowed integrity in impossible circumstances. You sowed survival when you had every reason to quit. You sowed truth when lies were easier. And now you're reaping inheritance, vindication, restoration, and freedom. The government official making this arrest has no idea about being part of your spiritual experience, just doing a job, investigating financial crimes, building cases, but this person is a divine instrument, a physical manifestation of cosmic justice, proof that the universe uses all systems, all people, all processes to accomplish purposes for the chosen ones. This government official went to work like any other day, received a file like any other file, started an investigation like any other investigation, but something about your family member's case caught attention. Maybe the elderly victim reminded this official of someone beloved. Maybe the inheritance theft hit close to home. Maybe the medical neglect made it personal. Whatever the reason, this official became invested, became determined, became relentless about getting justice. And that official doesn't even know it. But the justice being delivered is yours. The case being built is for you. The chosen one being vindicated is you. The universe turned a government employee into your personal warrior, and that person doesn't even know whose battle is being fought. This entire situation, as painful as it's been, as long as it's taken, as confusing as it's felt at times, has all been orchestrated. The theft that started it, the years you struggled, the divine counterpart who ended up with evidence, the investigation that's unfolding, the arrest that's coming, the restoration that's manifesting, all of it is connected, all of it is purposeful, all of it is leading to this moment where justice and blessing collide in your life in a way that changes everything. And chosen one, that moment is not coming someday. That moment is here. That moment is now. Stand tall, stand ready, stand in your power, because what's coming for you is bigger than money. It's vindication, it's proof, it's a demonstration to everyone who ever doubted that you were right. It's evidence to everyone who ever judged your struggle that it wasn't your fault. It's a revelation to everyone who ever compared you unfavorably to the thief that the comparison was rigged from the start. You're about to be publicly restored, publicly vindicated, publicly elevated, and your family member is about to be publicly exposed, publicly held accountable, publicly brought down. The reversal is going to be complete. Justice is going to be visible. The universe is going to make sure everyone sees what happens when you steal from chosen ones. Everyone's going to witness what divine restoration looks like. And you, chosen one, you're going to be the testimony. You're going to be the proof. You're going to be the living demonstration that the universe really does fight for its own. Welcome to your vindication era. Welcome to your restoration season. Welcome to the life you were always meant to live. The wait is over. The struggle is ending. Justice is here. The blessing is released. And you, chosen one, you are finally stepping into everything that was stolen, everything that was blocked, everything that was delayed. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your season. And nothing can stop what the universe has already set in motion on your behalf. You reap what you sow. Your family member sowed injustice. You sowed integrity. Now watch what each harvest produces. Now watch divine mathematics balance scales that human corruption tried to break. Now watch karma deliver justice that human systems tried to deny. Your family member is about to be arrested. The government official is preparing the case. The evidence is overwhelming. The charges are coming. And you are about to be free. Free from the struggle that was never supposed to be yours. Free from the poverty that was artificially created. Free from the limitation that was imposed by theft. Free to finally live the life that Elder wanted for you when your name was written in those plans. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning, the real beginning, the moment when everything you survived finally makes sense, the moment when every tear you cried gets counted and compensated, the moment when every door that was closed gets blown off its hinges, the moment when every dream that died gets resurrected with divine breath. Your family member thought taking your inheritance would stop your destiny. All it did was delay it long enough for you to become someone worthy of carrying it with wisdom, wielding it with power, and using it to build something that will outlast you both. Stand in your truth, stand in your power, stand in your knowing that justice is not just coming but has already arrived. The government official has the evidence, the case is being built, the arrest is imminent, and your restoration is guaranteed. This is your season, chosen one. This is your vindication. This is your moment to rise.